Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news. But first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Which big man will the Lakers be able to sign in free agency? We suggest a great option in Mayes Reed, a rising center who is a great rebounder and scorer. The Los Angeles Lakers have plenty of questions to answer around the roster as the offseason begins. After being knocked out in the first round of the postseason, the Lakers need to figure out a way to build a more well-rounded team. But the main area of need comes from the front court. Los Angeles was exposed in the playoffs against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and the front office will do whatever it can to help rectify that fact. However, Los Angeles shouldn't look too far to potentially find a missing piece. The Timberwolves have a few crucial players entering free agency this summer, and the Lakers should look to potentially grab one. According to Ricardo Klein of Newsweek, the Lakers are being named as a prime landing spot for Minnesota center Naz Reid. Reid could help check multiple boxes for the Lakers, and remains a target. The Lakers are a team that could use the services of a big, really any reliable big, and Reid could do that and then some. LA could be in line to sign Reid, and it is very possible they could do just that. However, if the Lakers pull the trigger on Reid, it will likely be in the form of a sign-and-trade. The Lakers would love to have the 25-year-old, as he could serve as a functioning big man and have the ability to space the floor. Reid could fit in very well within the system that head coach J.J. Redick likes to run. Redick wants his teams to shoot more three-point shots, and Reid could help bring a new element to the roster. Last season, Reid averaged 14.2 points, 6.0 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and 0.9 blocks per game. Reid also shot 37.9% from beyond the three-point line last season. The former 2023-24 Sixth Man of the Year is expected to opt out of the final year of his deal to test the open market. Reid has mentioned that he views himself as a starter, and if the Timberwolves can't guarantee him that spot, he could be open to moving elsewhere. Reid would likely start on the Lakers and could bring some new energy to the team. Los Angeles could have trouble landing Reid due to financial constraints, but he could be a very solid option to consider. What players do the Lakers need around Luka? The Lakers have a pivotal summer ahead in deciding which players to surround Luka Doncic with. As the Lakers aim to transition fully into the Luka Doncic era, a crucial summer awaits that will determine which players should surround their new superstar. This evaluation will likely be based on the skill sets that best complemented him during his most successful moments in the NBA, along with what was revealed in the recent playoffs. It all starts with the right ball screen partner. Every on-ball shot creator needs the right big man beside him on offense. Tyrese Halliburton with Miles Turner and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with Chet Holmgren are a few pairings having major success. It's no secret that Doncic desires a big man alongside him who possesses very specific skill sets. The primary requirement is someone who can effectively operate above the rim as a lob catcher. LA had Jackson Hayes, a 7-foot center, who offensively played the theoretical role in the regular season. Watch below as he calls up Hayes to set the screen, and finds him for the alley-oop. Doncic attacks middle, and once he knows the defense doesn't tag the roll man, or is late, the lob pass is coming over the top. Per NBA's tracking data, Hayes and Doncic lineups posted an offensive rating of 116.5, while having a net rating of plus 8.3. Hayes eventually lost all his trust from head coach J.J. Redick and his staff as the playoffs revealed his inability to stay out of foul trouble and defend to a playable baseline. The center on a Doncic team, then, can't simply jump off the floor for lobs. They need to be able to protect the rim and compensate for defensive mistakes that will undoubtedly occur. Underscore 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 underscore. Doncic experienced his greatest success in the league the prior season, supported by lob catchers Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford, who not only finished strong at the rim but also protected it effectively. LA went into the playoffs with one viable center, and eventually pushed to play lineups containing only wings and guards, which were unable to stay on the floor defensively. As much defensive improvement as one can hope Doncic can achieve, he will always need defensive protection, making who takes the center spot the most crucial component of the Lakers' offseason. Another clear area in surrounding any elite ball handler is requisite shooting. Following the Doncic trade, the Lakers were 9th in the league in three-point percentage but 4th in attempts per game. Any team with Doncic will create a high volume of good shots for the players surrounding. One key is Doncic doesn't just pass to players, he passes to spots and areas on the floor. These spatial arrangements allow for him to pass at the last possible moment, after collapsing in the whole defense. Watch below as Doncic attacks off the bounce into the paint, and leaves his feet for a wraparound pass to Rui Hachimura for the corner three. Doncic needs high-volume, willing shooters placed around him. LA's five-out group was highly effective to finish the season, posting a plus 18.6 net rating in the regular season. The shooting mixed with all the shot creation gave the Lakers optimism going into the playoffs. In the postseason, however, that group struggled against the physicality and size of playoff basketball. The issue for the Lakers was not just having shooters, but also whether those shooters could be optimized and make an impact on the defensive end as well. This comes to the Lakers' next pressing need, an athletic player with high defensive impact. Walking the line and trying to find two-way players is difficult and is something all teams struggle with, but the LA will need to find more defensive balance to find success next season with Doncic. During his finals run in 2024, Doncic played alongside different defensive players, including one Derrick Jones Jr., a player they tasked with guarding Anthony Edwards, showing the ability to not just stay in front but contest at the top. Watch below as Edwards attempts to isolate at the top of the key, but Jones Jr. mirrors him on offense, beating him to the spot and forcing him to give up the basketball. Here's another example demonstrated below in a late-game situation. Edwards attempts to create space off the bounce, but the 7-foot wingspan is able to challenge him at the top of his contest. The Lakers don't need to specifically go grab Jones Jr., but they absolutely need this level of archetype, not only to protect Doncic, but also for a lineup that will likely feature Austin Reeves and LeBron James, who will turn 41 in December. The closest players the LA had to a defensive wing were Jared Vanderbilt and G-League breakout player Jordan Goodwin. Vanderbilt was unable to stay healthy or be trusted without fouling, and Goodwin was too inexperienced to be relied on heavily. Doncic has shown that with the right pieces around him, he can lead a team to the promised land. The Lakers have a lot of work to do to build that roster this summer. Celtics key free agent being linked with rival Lakers. The Boston Celtics find themselves in a historically prohibitive luxury tax situation, even before they address the free agencies of reserve centers Al Horford and Luke Kornet. With six-time All-Star power forward Jason Tatum shelved indefinitely due to an Achilles tendon tear, it seems likely that Boston will not contend for a championship in 2025-26. The Celtics' new ownership group, led by private equity billionaire William Chisholm, may not have an appetite for funding a $500 million-plus payroll when factoring in the luxury tax bill. That could lead to Boston opting to trade away some key members of the team's core, albeit probably not Tatum or four-time All-Star small forward Jaylen Brown. While Kornet could ink an extension with Boston, his encouraging playoff performance this spring could yield a bigger raise than the Celtics might want to fund. Kobe Price of the Orange County Register suggests that the Celtics' arch-nemesis, the Los Angeles Lakers, might be interested in Kornet's services. The 7'2" Vanderbilt product averaged 4.5 points on 72.4% shooting from the floor and 100% shooting from the foul line, 3.9 rebounds, 1.2 blocks, 0.5 assists and 0.5 steals across 16.4 minutes in his 11 playoff games for Boston, one start. In a 127-102 Game 5 victory against the New York Knicks, Kornet scored 10 points on a perfect 5 of 5 shooting from the field, grabbed 9 rebounds, blocked 7 shots, dished out 1 dime, and swiped 1 steal. That tantalizing playoff performance might be enough to earn the 29-year-old an opportunity for more extended run with a new team. The Lakers ditched their 10-time All-Star starting center Anthony Davis as part of their blockbuster trade for Luka Doncic. J.J. Redick's starting five, Jackson Hayes, was out of his rotation by the end of LA's first-round playoff series loss against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Kornet would represent an upgrade over Hayes, yes. But he lacks the footspeed of some potential trade prospects for Los Angeles. Still, as a backup, he could be an inspired signing. Luka Doncic sends Austin Reaves message after Lakers trade report. The biggest storyline for the Los Angeles Lakers 2024-25 season was the blockbuster mid-season trade that brought Luka Doncic from the Dallas Mavericks in exchange for Anthony Davis. This move paired Doncic with LeBron James, creating a formidable duo to strengthen the Lakers' championship aspirations. Following the trade, the Lakers experienced a surge in performance, finishing as the number 3 seed in the Western Conference, with a 50-32 record. Doncic's integration into the team transformed the Lakers into a hopeful championship contender, but their run ended in the first round. While much focus was placed on the Doncic-James duo, these two stars had a high-level third option in Austin Reaves. Reaves averaged a career-high 20.2 points this past season, and has been a topic of discussion since LA was eliminated. While trade rumors have surrounding the rising star, especially as the Lakers seek an upgrade at center, Dan Woik of the LA Times reported last month that Reaves is not expected to be moved unless the Lakers get an impossibly good offer for him. Just 2 weeks after this report, Doncic appearance on James and Steve Nash's Mind the Game podcast. Among other things, Doncic specifically brought up Reaves, being sure to include him in a discussion about the growing chemistry between LA's best players. "I've never played with a guy like this," Doncic said of James before bringing up Reaves. "Just being traded to LA, it was different. Us, two out there and Austin Reaves, who's been playing unbelievable. I still think it's a work in progress." This message from Doncic adds more merit to the report from Woik that Reaves is not expected to be moved this offseason. Doncic highlighting Reaves as part of a work-in-progress trio that includes he and James certainly feels notable. Statistically, Doncic maintained impressive numbers in LA, averaging 28.2 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 7.5 assists per game since joining the Lakers. While there have also been rumors about James and Doncic's future with the Lakers, LA's front office has maintained its commitment to building a roster that complements the duo. NBA exec gives insight on Lakers' plan for Bronny James. One NBA executive sees a lot more playing time in Bronny James' immediate future. No second-round pick ever had a more highly anticipated rookie campaign than James. The intense scrutiny was fully expected, given that he's LeBron James' son and plays for the Los Angeles Lakers. Despite some early struggles, Bronny flashed some real potential toward the latter part of the season. He may not be a star in the making, but his skill set is reportedly developing enough to become a real part of the Lakers' rotation next season. 002-405. One Western Conference executive recently spoke to NBA reporter Sean Devaney about how the Lakers view Bronny James. According to the NBA exec, the purple and gold are dead set on integrating the 20-year-old into the rotation next season. "I don't think there's any doubt that's their plan," the executive told Devaney. "I know the guy gets a lot of grief because of who his dad is, but we've seen a lot of tape on Bronny, and the fact is, he was a lot better player in April than he was in October, and definitely in July. He's going to be a regular for them next year." Bronny's rookie numbers were nothing to write home about. In 27 games, he averaged 2.3 points, 0.7 rebounds, and 0.8 assists on 31.3% shooting from the field and 28.1% from beyond the arc. But that's also considering the younger James had a historically bad start to his first season, which was likely, in part, due to the heavy spotlight on him early on. James was later sent to the G League and dominated against lesser competition, averaging 21.9 points on 44.3% shooting. The skills are very much real and could prove useful on a Lakers team desperate for quality role players. LA Lakers signing made a disastrous choice to play for a championship. He's just missed out on the NBA Finals. The LA Lakers made a desperate addition to add to their roster late in the season. It did not work out. After landing Luka Doncic back in early February in a surprise move, the LA Lakers attempted to trade for a center to pair with him. The move for Mark Williams did not last. The Lakers rescinded the move citing a failed medical, and with the deadline passed, they had run out of options. Only one desperate move was left. The Lakers decided to sign free agent center Alex Len. LA Lakers hijacked Indiana Pacers' move for Alex Len. Alex Len had begun 2025 on the Sacramento Kings before he was traded to the Washington Wizards and then cut. After clearing waivers, Len had lined up a move to the Indiana Pacers, with ESPN reporting he was set to agree a deal. The Lakers then made a move to hijack his switch to Indiana. They cut Christian Wood from their roster and made Len an offer, which he accepted. Len explained in a February interview how close he came, admitting he was swayed by the chance to compete for the title with the Lakers. He explained, "I was on my way to Indiana and then Rob, Pelinka, called me and kind of changed my mind and came here. Crazy few days, huh? I understand being with the Lakers is a great opportunity. I couldn't pass up on it, just playing for a championship. When I heard it was a possibility, I said I'm coming here." Alex Len misses Pacers' run to finals. Alex Len struggled right away with the LA Lakers, and by the time the NBA playoffs came around, he had failed to earn the trust of coach J.J. Redick or the fanbase. Many fans felt he should not have made the roster and that Trey Jemison should have been called up instead. Len played a total of 4 minutes as the Lakers were eliminated in a 4-1 series defeat to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Meanwhile, the team he turned down, the Indiana Pacers, have gone on an improbable run to the NBA Finals. The Pacers defeated the Milwaukee Bucks, Cleveland Cavaliers, and the New York Knicks, setting up a finals against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Few expected the Pacers to make this kind of run, even though their numbers showed them to be 2025's top team in the East. Alex Len would not have been a starter for them, and likely would not have played many minutes, especially in the finals. But it would have been a much happier experience for him in Indiana than LA, and his decision could end up costing him a championship ring.